get our bearings, get our equipment ready, and then head to where we needed to go. And I told you he was going to do that.
I know it's always
he does it every time. That's every the thing.
Single. But he's a show hog. He this is the one show he actively wants to sit here and be like,
oh, he does.
Yeah, he does.
No other show. Every other show, he's like, I'm going to bed. I want to lay down. I'm going to go downstairs and annoy Pepper. This show, he always wants to come up and sit on my lap. I'm like, the hell? So I let him up every now and again. In every single show, he just has to give me a little present.
Or he knocks the mic off, or he knocks
my headset off.
Oh, yeah. It's hilarious. But no, this deal at Waverly Hills.
Man,
it's just wrong.
I know
that makes you look at non-for-profit organizations in a bad way.
Right.
It does.
You know, you want them, you create it to help collect money to build this place up better. And then the people you get in there all talk together, and then the owners get kicked out. And then they get kicked out from even paranormal investigating. They own the building. They're not allowed on it. That's totally wrong.
Oh, it is. And Nick, those houses aren't mansions around there. They're not fancy houses. That's just regular houses.
Right.
I remember driving back through there, driving past the golf course 4 or 5 times before I realized I'm supposed to turn into the golf course to take the back road in.
And what was it the non-for-profit was planning on doing? Condominiums, I think is what they said.
Wasn't Tina and them planning on putting in like a bed and breakfast in part of it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got screwed over.
Nick's right. It's a huge slab of land that they want to develop. And they don't see historical. If you look at a lot of the historical buildings that have existed through the millennia, they have taken and bastardized almost every single one of them.
Oh, yeah.
They have modified it. They try and change it to look more modern. When you look at the original buildings, they were gorgeous. They had Gothic style structure to it. They were phenomenal. They don't give a crap about that. They think about the money. They don't give a shit about, people want to come here and learn the history and see what's going on.
Yeah, they had style.
Capitol Hill in Denver.
New ones don't.
They did a reorganization project in the 1920s, tore down a whole bunch of houses. So now they've got all these, 1920s style houses, but they still have some of the older houses. But some of the most beautiful homes that they had in the Capitol Hill area there are gone. And if it wasn't for Molly Brown living in one of the houses from the Titanic, some of these houses are huge as castles. They were lucky they didn't get them. But it is so amazing when you're on a walking tour and they say, well, this person used to live here and this house used to look like, they have pictures and they're showing me pictures and going, yeah, they tore this down and put it in this Art Deco building. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And so
I'm still waiting for the day we have like a 1990 or 2000 ghost and all you hear is it say, it's Britney, bitch. I think that would be hilarious on an adventure. Just walking around, you've got the echo box going. It's Britney. I haven't heard that phrase in a while.
Well, at some point we're going to hear, gag me with a spoon in one of ours.
Well, no, what you're going to hear is one day the echo box this year is going to say, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
When that happens, that will make every news podcast.
Or they just say FJB, and that's all it'll say.
Yeah,
and then we'll be saying bye, bitches.
Yeah, right.
You screwed up when even the ghosts are saying things about you.
Right.
Well, that was one of the things at McPike that used to really irritate me was Sandy would say, now don't get political, and because she said that one of the things she said was that Henry wouldn't have liked what was going on with the Trump
I'm like, yeah, right.
And I'm like,
he was a Republican.
Yeah,
he was good friends with Lincoln.
Yeah, he was with Lincoln when Lincoln won the presidency the second time. You know, he's the one that brought
Yeah.
the Lincoln Douglas debates to Alton. Why would you say that? Just because you're liberal?
Because that
doesn't
was
mean
her.
Yeah,
that was what she came up.
she
with.
didn't want us asking questions to
Right.
find out, that might stir the
truth.
pot. Again, remember, the reason why I don't say this kind of stuff on my show is because I'm stirring the pot there. Here, I'm allowed to stir the pot.
Absolutely.
That's why I invited them over to this show at our network. I
So we
said,
can all
this is
spend
where
time.
you get to release everything, paranormal or not. We talk about a little bit of everything, but the
Luke,
paranormal.
go to Luke's question, because I'm where I'm going with this.
I got Echovox and Necrophonics.
Yeah.
I want to say Echovox was like $20 on the App Store. And
$25.
Necrophonics was like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
they've
paid
gone up in price.
25 for it.
And
No,
No,
I
I
paid
paid
14.
I paid 30 when it was first out.
Yeah, I paid $14.95 for EchoBox. But Luke, I'm going to tell you this. My opinion is don't investigate anything in your own home.
No.
you might
Because
not
you
like
could
what you
release
find.
something that you can't do anything with.
Right.
So that's my thought. Now, if you're moving and you're not taking the stuff with you, do it before you leave.
Right.
How much? Hey Rex,
There you
how
go.
much is the Phasma box? Do you know the Phasma box?
I think
is
it's
that?
That's
like,
what you have to do on Windows. We'd have to do it on my computer.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
say us.
I'm saying
I'm
Right.
asking him if he knows the price on it.
I looked it up.
I think it's $10.99.
How much?
I think $10.99. I think.
Yeah.
And Luke, let me give you some advice I learned very early with talking with these.
Yeah, I've
fine
seen
folks.
Nick. I've watched Nick and Aaron. I really like that one too.
Don't try a Ouija board.
No.
No.
See,
No.
see.
No.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
No.
If
Do
I
not
go
use-
into an investigation, a private home, I ask him first thing, do you have a Ouija board?
Right.
Yeah. No, then I'm not going to come investigate.
Right.
Oh, we
And
had a
especially if
person
they've
lie
used
to
it.
us about it. She was having all kinds of issues. Her husband was killed in an
In a
accident,
motorcycle accident.
and we asked her, "Have you been doing any conjuring or Ouija?" Oh no.
And then
Going to find out later. Well, and then we
she showed up at the
I don't
Sally
know,
house with a Ouija board.
yeah.
Yeah, she showed up on a tour with a Ouija board and expected to be able to use it there. And I was like, no,
Yeah, because one of the times I was on your show, you told me about that.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
were discussing that. Yeah.
Yeah, because she said, because I asked her, I said, how are things, since we were there? She goes, well, they've gotten worse. And that's when she came in with a Ouija board. And I'm thinking, okay, how long have you been doing this?
Exactly.
For quite a
Mhm.
few years. Okay, well,
then bringing us into nothing.
maybe you brought some really bad luck, and that's, what killed your husband. You guys are, dabbling in this stuff.
He was
Right.
involved with the Ouija board too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was killed in a motorcycle accident speeding through a light in Atchison, which is funny because I've never seen anybody speed in Atchison.
Well,
Ever.
that's just like 5-6 years ago when we started the team and everything. We was doing some home investigations and everything, and we got this call to one and went over there. And when we got to the door and walked in, the lady stepped outside, looked around, said, "Where's the TV crew at?"
Oh,
And I went, "What? And aren't we going to be live on television when you do this, like they do on the shows?" And I went, "Nope. Talk
No,
to
when
you
you do a
later."
private residence, you do it. It's private.
Yeah.
Right.
It stays private
Yeah.
unless they want to release it.
Exactly.
Never
No,
release it.
she
Yeah.
was expecting 30 minutes of television time. Whether she had spirits in there or not, I didn't care at that
I
point in
just
time.
want my 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
Luke,
But-
if you're bound and determined, outside is probably best, and make sure that your intent, you put your intent to be positive, not negative.
Absolutely.
Right.
we went to one lady's house. She said she was hearing all kinds of voices,
This is in Cameron.
and we're like,
Oh,
oh okay. And
Yeah,
Well,
I
told
know.
you
I
guys
said,
to
where
stay
do
away
you
from.
where are you hearing most of these voices? Well, I hear it all over the house, but mainly in my bedroom. It's like, okay, so I got some equipment out and everything. We're walking around the house. I get up there. She's got
Bongs,
alcohol,
alcohol,
bottles of bourbon and whiskey, empty. Some were half, and I mean, they're all over.
We're talking.
You really hear 'em.
Bongs, I mean, all kinds of drug paraphernalia. I'm thinking,
and her house was a disaster.
I wonder why you're hearing stuff.
So,
Of course, if you got the windows open, you can hear your neighbor next door. So.
Wrong type of spirits we're talking.
Right.
That's right.
she
Yeah,
let
she
the
was a
bottom ones
nutbag.
out.
Yeah, she was.
So Luke, what my recommendation would be is if you bring it with you, we can make a trip and find an area with Carl.
Yep.
To do this safely.
I mean, he can do it safely. It's basically your intent. If your
Right.
intent is good, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to bring anything bad with you. So as long as you're sitting there going, I just want to know what's going on,
But
and in your heart, you're not going, boy, I want this to be demonic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You should be fine. If you're just truly wanting to know something, ask the question. But like I said, just don't do it inside your home, because there's always a chance that something may get attached and want to stay there. And then you got to deal with it every night when you go to bed, or every morning when you get up, or whatever it is, it's going to be there.
Yep. Just be prepared to close your cabinet drawers and doors back the next morning.
Every morning.
And Luke, if I help you and you get me haunted once we die, I'm going to haunt you. Just to be fair.
What is that?
Look at the old safe.
Yeah, where's that at? Oh, that's at the restaurant?
Yeah, that's in my office.
Oh. Well,
It
it's not very
is-
secure.
No, it's not, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 steel panels stick, 3 bolts sticking out of it.
And the question is the bottom of it dirt?
Yeah.
No, it's actually on rollers.
The reason I'm asking is because in Tonopah, there was this
That's the
giant
newer
safe.
roller.
It was really thick, big, huge, beautiful safe for gold, and the bottom of it was dirt, and people dug up through it to steal all the gold out of it.
Oh, really?
That's what I do.
Right? It was a mine.
It's got wood
Right there.
inside of it.
That safe is how big is it, Carl?
It is 4 foot tall, not quite 3 foot wide, and at least 3 foot deep.
With
That's
how
at the
thick that
restaurant?
is, that's a good at least 400 or 500 pounds.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's only about this
I'll
wide
say it's more around
inside.
More than
800.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Is it used for anything?
Well, yeah. I just got to.
WD-40 is a good friend.
Well, nobody has the combination to it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
You
thought
can
it was
actually
one, 2, 3,
hire
4.
you can hire the locksmith to come out, and it's usually pretty cheap, and they can listen and tell you the combo.
Right.
Or get a criminal.
I think somebody's been in it. The panel on the back is loose and stuff. But see, it's even got right there a key lock
Right?
on the inside.
Like a
And
safe
then you
deposit
go
box.
inside. That's some old wood in there.
It would look gorgeous refurbished.
Mhm.
Oh, wouldn't it though?
Oh,
I ain't moving the damn thing.
You'd have to get
You have to clean it right there.
Yeah, you'd have to get
Yeah,
it
that's
sandblasted.
what. Whenever
I
she said,
don't know if I would do sandblasting because it has the photo on the front. I would want to keep it somewhat.
You could still
Original.
sandblast it and leave that on there. You would have to just
you
cover
also
that
have
up.
you have the trim. You have that gold trim around the corners that you would want to leave as well. That right there. So it wouldn't be too much of a sandblast as it would be. Ensure there's no real rust problems. It's not corroded.
no,
Take some
nothing
new paint.
major.
Take some new paint to it. Take a varnish to protect the photo. A little bit of Clorox and elbow grease, and then for the wood, you'd sand it down, put a new stain on it. You
Mhm.
use all the original components to it.
What kind
Add
of wood?
WD-40 to it.
What kind of wood is
You
it?
heard that.
Is the wood cedar? Because a lot of times that's what they would use in there would be cedar.
Because it's usually more resilient to any moisture.
It looks like cedar.
That's what it looks like. You got slots up above it, and then you got the old drawers with the old knobs, and they got key locks in them too.
Hmm.
So, but it had 3 of the knobs to go across.
So this, when she got the restaurant, this safe was just left there.
Yeah, of course. Nobody's going to move it.
Hell
I
no,
know,
they're
man.
not gonna. They built this room around it.
Right.
The door, it wouldn't fit through the door.
They didn't give her no keys or nothing, huh?
Uh-uh.
Ah.
Those went with the
And-
person who died.
Yeah, Christine goes, well, because I was setting the office up here for my studio, right? And she goes, well, we're going to move that over here. And I went, like hell you are.
Yeah.
Carl,
I said, just say,
I had to move a 735-pound safe by myself. You can do it. It's on rollers.
I know, but
You do
I'm
those
afraid
rollers
I
even work.
it might break the concrete.
WD-40, the rollers.
Yeah.
But no, this place,
WD-40 and duct tape fixes everything, man.
That's right.
but that's what makes it interesting up in here in the studio and stuff, this big safe. So, yeah, it's heavy. But anyway, we got 5 more minutes left on our show because, Rex, we are also on Things Network over there. And that's
Okay.
where you probably know a lot of them over there because it's a big sponsor of Save Waverly Hills over on Things Network.
Look at Luke, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a good thing I don't eat cereal.
We can find something else.
Yep.
Look, I'm going to recognize that taste rather quickly.
I'll put a little bourbon on it. You'll read it.
Oh, jeez.
I'll put some of that peach brandy in the next thing you
No,
drink.
you know what Luke said his first thing when he landed in Texas, what he was going to do?
What's that?
He going to go find the biggest, juiciest cheeseburger he can eat.
That shouldn't take too long.
No,
No.
Texas has got some great burger places.
Put stinky
Yeah,
fish in
stinky
his
fish.
can
There you
foot.
go.
I got one on my way home from work called the Stacked Pickle, and they say they have a challenge burger, and I plan on going to put it to shame at some point.
Oh, I'll bet.
I'm just waiting for Whataburger to open here.
Yeah, with your you missed it last night there, Cameron. Luke got talking about trying to find a prom dress to wear when he got to Texas.
Oh, shit.
That sounds like
And
a different
yesterday, everybody say a belated birthday to Dogsy. That's Luke. Yesterday was his birthday.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
He was on our show and we sang him birthday, and it was hilarious.
Chad, we're just getting Whataburgers in Kansas. In fact, we don't have any in Kansas yet. They just got in Missouri.
That's why we're moving to Florida.
And Cameron, I got something for you to do within the next month.
Okay.
Find a Land Rover in Texas.
That's not hard.
Well,
No.
Luke's going to be looking to buy one when he gets here.
That's not. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's a
Yeah,
really
they are.
common vehicle down here.
Yeah. And they're white.
Yeah, they're all white.
Yeah.
Or black. We have black down here.
I've seen a lot of silver ones too.
Yeah.
Seen a
Yeah.
lot of white, silver, and black. Those are
Get
really
them in any
good.
color you want as long as they're white.
He really likes his Land Rover because the other day
Is that a
he
good luck?
lost all the gears in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You had to go
no.
to a junkyard, pull a transmission out, get home, pull that one out, and put the other one back in. He just about had it done last night.
Oh, good.
He's looking for a 1980 to 1990 Defender 90. Cameron's looking, Luke.
That might be a little harder.
Eh,
Mhm.
So, where can we find Rex?
Where can you find me?
yeah.
You can find me on Facebook Either my personal, my art page, or AOP. You can find me at Riverside Iowa Paranormal as well. And I've got some events coming up. I'm strictly staying in the state for, my events that I'll be speaking at and such.
Thanks, Nick.
It's too expensive to go out. And I mean,
And most countries are requiring you to get vaccinated to even go out.
well, never mind. I got an answer for that.
Same one we have.
Yeah, same one I've got.
Are you
Unzip my
gonna
pants and
Denise, are you gonna do the one in Marshalltown again this year?
Yes, I am. If
yeah,
I've been waiting to hear from
we
Kelly
really
on that.
we enjoyed it. We had a good time up there.
Yeah, and she said that she'd had things worked out because the city kind of screwed up the whole times and everything. But
They did.
Yeah, they did.
I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be
But
there.
I know you've been to a lot more Paracons than us, but that we've been to a bunch ourselves, but that had the best vibe I've ever seen.
Yes,
Hey, Carl?
absolutely.
I have not. Yeah, it was.
We've
really
got to
good.
get off the air. We can finish this conversation after.
Yeah, we
Bye,
do.
everybody.
We do. So everybody have a good day.
Bye.
Check out Bill of
That's
Rights
right, you got another
Network.
show after
Thanks,
this,
Net.
don't you?
No.
Things does. Check
Thanks
out
for having
Things
me on.
Network. Yeah. Just stay right where you're at, Rex, and we'll talk
Okay.
here in a second. But everybody in chat room, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the Bill of Rights Network on Vincent's Voice. So check that out. Have a good evening.